Oh my gosh. You're going to be so excited and jazzed hearing what this next woman has to share. All right. If you run a business, you need to know this woman, literally, right? She has helped me so much. She's helped so many women now who have accessed her wisdom on transforming how they think about, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to know when I tell you the title of her talk. Her name is Julie Gohring, and her talk is The New Paradigm of Selling. How to use your natural feminine qualities to become a selling superstar. All right, everybody, let's give it up. Let's have a huge round of applause for Julie Gohring.
Yes.
All right, let's make sure everybody is totally.
Do you remember the movie Vacation? It is from, I think, the 1980s, and it has Chevy Chase. It is actually the full title is National Lampoon's Vacation, but this I might be dating myself, but this movie is a classic and it is hilarious. And there's this scene in the movie where Chevy Chase and his name is Clark and his son Russ are going to a car dealership because they are super excited to pick up a new car that they're getting for an upcoming family vacation. And this car is like this Arctic blue power wagon. And so they go up to the car dealership and they find the car salesman. And the car salesman, actually, if you know movies, is Eugene Levy. And he is from the movie American Pie. He's Jim's father, if you know. So anyway, so you've got Clark going up to the car salesman like, hey, we're here. Can we get our car? And Eugene Levy is the car salesman. It's like, but look over here at this car. And he starts to talk to him about something else. And this car is this pea green and wood paneled station wagon. It is so ugly. And both Clark and his son Russ look at each other and they're like, no. And so Clark looks at the car salesman and he's like, I don't want that car. I want the car that I've ordered. And the car salesman continues on, trying to convince them that this car would be better for their upcoming family vacation. Now, isn't this the story that we hear all the time about selling? That selling is this like trickery, it's exploitative, it's manipulative, and to be good at it, you need to be selfish, ruthless, super aggressive, right? Well, I'm here to tell you a different story. My name is Julie Gohring, and I've been selling for over 30 years. And I've literally been in thousands of selling conversations. And I've come to know selling in a very different way. And that is what I want to talk with you about tonight. And so in order to do that, I need to tell you another story, better story. And that is the story of Paula. And so to tell this story, I have to take you back with me like 20 plus years when I was working for the department store Nordstrom's. Maybe you've shopped there if you're in the US. And Paula walked into the lingerie department one day and I immediately noticed her. Now, she was an ordinary woman in many ways. She had brown hair, about shoulder length, blue eyes. She was average height and average weight, but it wasn't her physical features that struck me. It was this inner glow that she had. She was radiating and I could feel her. I come to find out that Paula had come into the department that day because she needed a left side prosthesis. Now, if you don't know what prosthesis is, it's just a fancy word for an insertable implant into a bra. You see, Paula had recently kicked cancer, but in the process, lost one of her breasts. And she told me that she wanted to move on from that experience and not have cancer define her future. And that finding this prosthesis meant she could do that. So my sole focus became finding Paula the perfect prosthesis because I was so inspired by her determination and courage. And so I remember still to this day walking into the dressing room with her. She looked at me and said, Julie, you are the first person to see me topless since my surgery. Instantly, in that moment, her words like hit me like a ton of bricks, and I knew the importance. I measured her carefully, and I looked at her and I said, Paula, your beauty is radiating from the inside out. And she smiled, a sigh of relief, and so did I. And together we tried on every single option I could find until I found her the perfect prosthesis. And that day, it would not matter to me if she had bought one thing or two things. All that mattered was helping Paula get what she wanted, which was a future not defined by cancer. And I share this selling story because I believe it elucidates a truth about selling that many people do not know. And that is, I would not have been able to help Paula that day if I did not create an environment of trust, heartfelt care, and curiosity that allowed Paula to open up to me and share with me what she wanted. And this is what I've come to know successful selling looks like. It is always grounded in a connecting and caring conversation with the client at the center. And when I say client at the center, I just mean getting out of your own head and prioritizing their needs. And then it's about leaning into what I call your heart power, those feminine qualities that we all have of really listening and caring and deeply understanding to help someone get what it is they want. It was this caring and connecting conversation, leaning into my heart power that I had with Paula that led me to this fulfilling and incredible experience with her. And it also led me to the single highest sale in the store that day and a letter written to my boss's boss by Paula, thanking me for making her feel comfortable and confident. And she'd be forever grateful and forever shop at Nordstrom's. You see, selling really can be this connecting and caring process where both parties get what they want. And this truth about selling is finally emerging. Technology has shifted the selling landscape, and that old paradigm of selling, of trickery, of manipulation, is no longer working. People have more options than ever. They have information at their fingertips, and quite frankly, they've wised up to those old ways. And this advancement could not be better for you as a woman, because it means you can be successful selling as you. You don't have to take on characteristics or qualities that don't align with who you are. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to be overly pushy. And instead, those parts of your personality, parts of you that you didn't think you could bring to a selling conversation, like your gentleness, your sensitivity, your deep care, those are actually your superpowers in selling. It is from your heart power and leaning into your feminine qualities that you will connect with the client. And it's from this place of connecting and caring that you can help a client get what they really want. And this is the new paradigm of selling, and it originates from the heart. And so I just get so excited about this message for what it means for women who own their own businesses, women entrepreneurs, because the number one reason businesses fail is not enough revenue, not enough sales. And now in this new paradigm of selling, you have a competitive advantage and you are rewarded for leaning into those feminine qualities and leaning into being you. And that means you can impact your bottom line in your business in a way that feels good and natural to you. And so I share this message, and I'm so excited about it because I really think we are in a unique time that has never existed before for women, and I want you to seize it. And so to help translate this new paradigm of selling into our everyday selling conversations, I wanted to share with you 3 tips. The first tip is to upgrade your mindset by telling yourself a different story, a better story, a story that serves you. Think about Paula and just get into the idea that selling really can feel good to you as a woman, especially when you're leaning into your feminine qualities. The second tip is to approach the selling conversation like you're talking to a dear friend. Take off this veneer of seriousness and really button upness and just lean into being you. Get curious, really try to help and show up for this person and understand. Remember, the most successful selling is always grounded in a connecting and caring conversation with the client at the center. And the third tip is around the close, which is just the ask at the end. And oftentimes it can be scary or uncomfortable for people. And I think it's always important to remember that you are an expert at what you do, and you care so deeply about the work that you do and the people that you serve. And it's from this place of connecting that it's good to reframe the close as you and the potential client standing side by side, looking out at the outcome that the client wants and having an exploratory conversation of if it makes sense to achieve it together. It really doesn't have to be so scary. So I know I've shared a lot with you tonight, but if you were to remember just one thing, I want you to remember this. And that is, you have everything inside you to be successful in selling. You have all the power already. It's just about connecting with it and bringing it forth in your selling conversations. Thank you.
All right.
Amazing.
Yay, well done.
Very
Well done.
Very good.
Wow.
So good.
But you know what, Deb? Speaking on stage together with someone is one of the hardest.
All right, let's have everybody muted. I'm seeing everyone sold, Bernadette said. Go ahead and just lean in and provide for her a reflection, a celebration. What did you love? What inspired you? What has opened your mind about what she shared, or what did you appreciate about how she shared what she shared? All right, and here in the chat. And let's open up for someone to provide for Julie a celebration. So you can just unmute yourself and share with her, what did you love?
I'm happy to share if that's okay. Sorry, from Australia, I'm still in my PJs. I think it was awesome, so much value there, but I love how you connected. For me, what was powerful is telling that story of Paula, because had you are not allowed to find out, you can, as a seller, you can, yes, I need a prosthetic, and then you can go for it. But if you hadn't found out the deeper reason why she needed it, why was it so important for her, how much it meant for her, which then coupled with your caring and really wanting to make, find the best solution, that just made it so powerful. And it just really, you put it in a way that it is easy for us to remember. So really appreciate you for that. I think it was awesome. Thank you.
Beautifully celebrated. Beautifully celebrated. Thank you. Thank you. Julie is so great. It's just so great. I have just loved the co-creative process with you in creating this, and your just continued devotion and commitment to sifting through. And this is part of the process for all of us in writing our talks. It's like places of clarity and places where we're not sure how to weave it together, and we get through the discomfort, and it comes into this. I mean, what you have here is just incredible talk that I can just see people are just so moved by it. It is such a message whose time has come, and you are such an embodiment of your message, right? Your care, your joy, how easy it is to connect with you. It just exudes. It exudes. I'm so proud of you. Let's give her another huge round of applause.
Hey, Julie.
Yes. Amazing. So amazing. Wow.
Awesome.
You can be proud.
That is great. So exciting.